guys, today I'm going to review a Vincent Price film and it's called The Last Man on Earth.
Their lives are mine. I still get squeamish.
The Last Man on Earth came out in 1964. It stars Vincent Price. It's based on the 1954 novel I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. It's the first of 3 adaptations of this novel. The second is The Omega Man from 1971 starring Charlton Heston, and the third is I Am Legend in 2007 starring Will Smith. The film had 2 directors, Ubaldo Ragone and Sidney Salkow. 2 people also did the music, Paul Sartale and Bert Schefter. The film runs 86 minutes. It was filmed mostly in Italy with an Italian cast and crew. This was to save money. Richard Matheson, the author of the novel the film is based on, didn't like the film, saying Price was miscast and the film was poorly directed. It was not a success on release, however it's gained a cult following. The film stars Vincent Price, Franca Batoglia, Emma Donnelly and Giacomo Rossi. So in this film there's a virus that's wiping people out, killing them. Vincent Price is immune to it, so his character's the last person alive, or so he thinks. So during the day he's going out killing the infected because they're like vampires, a mixture of vampires and George Romero zombies. So during the day he's making these stakes, he's going out collecting resources, killing them, finding the lairs. Night time, back home terrified. He's got his house all boarded up and they're trying to break in. So it's a really creepy story. And there was 2 more versions. The Omega Man with Charlton Heston, that's a great version. And then there was a one in 2007 with Will Smith. Hey Phil, I'm not watching that bloody version with Will Smith in. Why is that, Bones? Bloody slapping folk cause he's bloody henpecked off that bloody baldy-headed bugger. You can also watch a colourised version of this film, but I prefer the black and white version. I like the eerie black and white photography. I think it works really well. And Price's performance in this film's great. He's a lot toned down, because in some films he's hammy, which I don't mind that. He also in some films he can do it like a toned down performance. And this is kind of Price at his toned down best. And what I like most about Price is his voice. And in this film, you hear his voice in narration. So there's a lot of voiceover.
Another day to live through. Better get started.
Those cells are still living, Dr. Mercer, off one another.
It's weird that the film's set 3 or 4 years into the future as well, 1968. But it's a 1964 film when it came out. There's also a good sequence, a flashback sequence, before the virus hits everyone and kills them. There's a sequence where it shows Price and his wife and his young daughter. His daughter gets infected, and when you get infected you can't see before you die. So really sad. And his wife gets killed as well with the virus. There's a sequence where he buries her, and then later she comes back knocking on his door. I thought that was a really creepy sequence.
Who is it?
There's also a sad moment when his character meets his dog. Like, he's lonely, Vincent Price's character, and he says his dog, and he finally gets the dog to like him. Picks the dog up and takes him into the house. But he finds out the dog's infected, so he ends up having to stake the dog. A really downbeat film. And towards the end of the film he meets this girl. But there's a big twist. It's kind of like a setup, because there's a gang who are kind of like half infected. They're not quite immune. They wear black shirts and they kind of represent Nazis in a way, going around killing the zombies. And that after Price as well, Price's character, because they know he's totally immune. They're afraid of that. So it kind of like represents racism. Hey Phil, this thing's like bloody lockdown. with a bloody virus and infected folk. Yeah, you're right, Bones. And Vincent Price's character's got natural immunity. Yeah, and the black shirts, they represent folk who were half immune. Yes, it's more relevant today than it was then. So these black shirts, who are kind of like half immune, they finally get Price trapped in this church, and they end up like in a really downbeat ending. It's one of them rare films at the time that has like a really downbeat ending. So I thought it was a great little film. It might in parts be a little bit too slow for some people, but I was gripped. I still think out of these two versions, Last Man on Earth or The Omega Man, I think I'd probably go for The Omega Man as the best version. But this is really close. So it's a brave little film that has a downbeat ending, and Vincent Price gives one of his best performances in it. So out of 10, I really like this one. I'll give this one a 9. 9 out of 10. What did you think, Bones? Did you like it? Bloody good film, Phil. Vincent Price is on top form. Okay, everybody, bye. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye. Bye.
Ben, it's as simple as this. An unknown germ is being blown around the world. It's highly contagious and it's reached plague proportions. Let's get to work.